I love this movie so much.
I don't know what it was, but we watched this movie as much, if not
Even
more
than
than
Narnia.
So maybe we just had a thing for
James
McAvoy back then.
Okay. Whoa! Are we not going to talk about how Clara commits suicide in this children's movie? I never got that.
This music's gonna low-key sound like Harry Potter.
Yeah. And can we just say how that layering combination would not fly today, but it's so early 2000s?
Oh, like her shirt and...
Yeah, that shirt would just be worn.
Like, whoa.
It's like a tunic, like the ruffle.
There's a reason why, like, your popular girl, like, your juicy pants and your BB shirts are coming back, but not this! I want to see this!
No, I don't. Again, this is a look. I don't know how to explain. Mm-hmm. Like, it's,
Love Story, Sarah Bareilles.
Yes, mixed with, like, anthropology. It's
Oh!
so green. Don't take it for
literally,
granted.
I feel like white balance was created for the early 2000s. Like the addition of polka dots on his tie if we cut back. Yeah, you can barely even see it. You have to think someone had the thought of...
He's a polka dots tie kind of guy.
Like, way before even...
Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I remember we watched this, we watched Elf, and we watched one more of his films, and Katie was like, he's such a great actor.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what?
He's here and there, but like... And then I was finally vindicated on Game of Thrones. And he was winning all those awards, and I was like, I knew this from freaking Penelope.
Her nose is honestly really cute.
And it still has like a swoop, you know? Pigs usually just have like a... You think when you do pigs, you do like... And hers is still like just a pig nose that's like tilted down.
Hummus the hummus. Like, look at that! I'm making my claim that James McAvoy, love him, hate him. This is where he's the most attractive.
Like literally, Tumnus, Professor X, Atonement,
this.
Penelope. Whoa!
I don't have the hots for him, but like this was a good look. You know,
like this
it
is when
checked
people
all
were
the
like,
boxes.
I like him from Atonement. I was like, wait,
he wasn't famous after this. Checklist 1, 2, 3. James, you got everything.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout to costume props. Even though like it's not like one consistent color palette, everything
It like kind of goes with the quirky aesthetic.
yeah.
I wouldn't go that far.
Why did he sound like Ashton Kutcher? When you have to be super extra in the early 2000s.
Whoa! Soundtrack. Let's be serious. Today's films try to either go for mainstream or they try to do an aesthetic. That's different. Look at me. That's so different. Your movie is not trying to fit an aesthetic. Your movie is trying to tell a story. Should be, at least. We're not trying to go for like lo-fi, girl in red indie. We're trying to fit the mood of the moment. Twilight was such a great soundtrack. Every day
Eyes on fire.
without all the rest.
Supermassive black hole.
All different songs, but all go together. And then people thought, oh, they mistook that togetherness.
Like a good soundtrack.
Oh, if we're trying to find songs that fit, they must be the exact and sound the exact same.
Come on, you gotta get out of there sometime.
It's like when your boyfriend was a life coach back then. Come on, you gotta get out there sometime. Like, your boyfriend now would just be like, whatever. So perfect! Okay, but literally ask before touching someone's nose, maybe.
Yeah, consent, but no one in the early 2000s knew what that meant, you know?
You know what I never understood? When, like, on the script, it's like, so-and-so thinks about so-and-so. And it cuts to a different scene. It's like, that so-and-so person's thinking of the other so-and-so. So it's like they're both thinking of the other person. How do you show that? And for some reason, someone decided, well, if they're kind of in the same position or doing the same thing, like sitting it in a chair on the left side of the screen, that must mean that they're thinking about each other. It's like... Because doing the exact same thing as what that person's doing in that instant equals thinking of that person.
Can't believe that Russell Brand.
I'm
I'm confused if it ends in a D or a T.
No, it's a T. Brand.
Is it a silent T? Like it. Is he the early 2000s or is Pete Davidson the today's Russell? Because I feel like Russell only really got famous for dating Katy Perry.
Ooh. I remember learning the day like they broke up, and I had 2 squinkies. I had a bride and a groom, and then I would have the bride's squinky squish the groom's Gwinky.
Oh.
And it was like, this is what Katy Perry wants to do to Russell Brand. Katy! Huh?
Did you mean for it to be?
No, like she was like beating him up.
How
Dirty
you just-
mind. Jeez.
Dirty vocabulary.
The music, and I kid you not, the parallel, Swan Lake.
Yes. And like the feathers, like
Yeah.
it's so Swan Lake where I'm. Finally, when she comes to terms with how she looks, we have to be like, oh, but don't worry, you're saved. You like the curse is now lifted. You know, it's
Yeah.
like
When you finally like love yourself, then you're like, oh, but I was just saying that, like,
Yeah.
glad I got my nose back. Like,
I
if she really,
know.
wouldn't she be like, oh, I miss my nose?
friend. Hi, we're just finishing.
How was it?
What are your thoughts on
so
Penelope?
good.
It's been so long, but it's a cute movie.